select bog bags. Buy one, get one 50% off DSG coolers, canopies, chairs, and water bottles. $200 off Callaway AI smoke irons and TaylorMade QI10 drivers. These deals won't last. Stock up for summer now, in-store or online at Dix.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Lowe's knows how to set off your July 4th with savings. Right now, buy one, get one free on select one-coat coverage interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Plus, get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for just $10. Hurry, these July 4th deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for more details.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Right now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now. Miami's Fox Sports 940. We are Fox Sports. Here's what you need to know on Fox Sports 940 Miami.
The Marlins 3-game series against the Twins continues tonight. The Fish extending their win streak to 8 games with a 2-0 victory over Minnesota last night. Jensen Junk going to get the start for the Fish tonight. It's a 6:40 first pitch. Of course, you can hear Steven Strom, Marlins on deck. Get you started at 6 p.m. The Heat moving on from Duncan Robinson. He's been sent to the Pistons in a sign and trade. Robinson spent 7 seasons here in Miami. The action continues on the grass courts at Wimbledon. American Francis Tiafoe out on the men's side after losing to Cameron Norrie. On the women's side, Madison Keys won in straight sets. Team USA has a CONCACAF Gold Cup semifinal match tonight at 7 versus Guatemala. The winner's going to take on the winner of Mexico versus Honduras in the final on Sunday. And the NHL, NHLPA, and international officials finalizing a long-anticipated agreement to allow NHL players to compete in the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics. I'm Will Altoff, Fox Sports 940 Miami.
Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports 940 Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA Miami, WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
1-0 pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 1-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Welcome. We are live from Lone Depot Park here in Miami on an 85-degree Wednesday night, a comfortable 78 degrees inside the broadcast booth. You are listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. It's Fox Sports 940 Miami. Game 84 of 162. How great is 8? The Marlins have won 8 games in a row for the first time since 2008. Yesterday, it was all about Edward Cabrera, who turned in 7 shutout and really displayed a type of emotion that's never been seen by Marlins Nation. This incredible heater continues, and with every day that goes by, the Marlins are flirting with history. With a victory in Game 2 tonight, the Marlins would tie the franchise's longest consecutive win streak at 9 games. We are pumped to bring you game 2 of a 3-game interleague set between the 40-45 Minnesota Twins and your now 38-45 Miami Marlins. Simeon Woods Richardson, 24-year-old right-hander, will make his 12th start of the season. Jansen Junk will look to respond for the Marlins after a disappointing start in San Francisco. We get going tonight at 6:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Oh, man, I just cannot wait to get back on here. We thank you for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Wednesday night with Jack McMullen and Kelly Sacco. I'm Steven Strom. How fun has this stretch been for the Marlins? We'll get you the lineup for the show tonight. We are going the distance per usual, and we thank you for your participation. Well, we have to start with a night to remember, and really it's starting to become a season to remember for Edward Cabrera. We'll also get Connor Norby's thoughts on last night's 8th straight win. Denard Span, 11 years in the show, 5 with the Minnesota Twins. He is now in the booth with the Minnesota Twins. He talks Edward Cabrera's start last night, plus some analysis on Minnesota's starter. We'll get you at the count with Woods Richardson and Junk. Jack and Kelly will jump in for some back and forth, how the Marlins can continue this win streak. Expo question of Stay at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. It was talked about at length yesterday. I mean, Edward Cabrera was just simply sensational. 7 shutout. He earned his 3rd win of the season, became the first Marlins starter to complete 7 innings on the mound in 2025. There was no action in the bullpen in that 7th. Clayton McCullough said, I ain't messing with this. Edward Cabrera's stuff is nasty. He's been on quite the heater in this 2025 season. And in that 7th inning, Edward Cabrera displayed the emotion that I talked about in the open. Here's how it sounded on his final punch-out facing Brooks Lee.
0-2 is cut on and missed. A changeup that bottomed out, and he might have saved his best pitch for last. Edward Cabrera K's Brooks Lee, and he's through 7 scoreless against the Twins.
Jack McMullen on the call last night. Yes, Edward Cabrera, again, 7 frames, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, 6 punch-outs, but 14 whiffs generated against the Minnesota Twins, who continue to free fall right now. I read this stat today. The Twins haven't scored a run in 18 innings across its last 2 games. They are 4 for 57 as a team with 23 strikeouts during that span. Now, the defense was also a big part of yesterday's game for Miami. Connor Norby being one of them. 5 assists last night, continues to look more and more confident at the hot corner at third base. His last error came on June 9th. I got a chance to catch up with him after the win. Connor, 8 in a row now. What does it say about your team that you're able to pick up right where you guys left off?
Shout out to Cabby. He's unbelievable. The run he's had, he seems to be figuring it out, and I'm glad that I'm not the one having to face him. Great defense all around. X made a great play. Otto made a great play. Hixie, outfield's been great. You did enough offensively. That's a good team over there, good pitching staff, and Joe Ryan's one of the best. And we did enough to win. And yeah, this is a lot of fun though.
You saw bits and pieces of Cabby last year. Connor, what's it like to watch his ascension this year?
You're just seeing him like do it consistently, and that's like the biggest word, and that's the name of the game for everybody, right? And when not many guys in the league throw 98-mile-an-hour changeups. When he's on, there's not many that can match him, and there's a lot of good pitchers obviously in this game, but he's special.
Golden question: how do you guys keep this going?
We don't talk about it. That's what we just go out and we enjoy this one, and then we come back tomorrow and we try to do it again. This is a really hard-working team. It's a really close team. We care about each other. Everybody goes through their ebbs and flows of the season, and you know what? One guy picks another one up, and that's what this is about. And at some point, everyone's going to click, and we're going to keep rolling. But this is fun, and we're trying to enjoy this one and get back in that hunt.
We'll go enjoy it, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, Jack. All right, that was Connor Norby last night. Well, if you don't want to talk about the win streak, Connor, I certainly will. The Marlins, again, are 1 win away from matching their longest winning streak in franchise history. They've won 9 games in a row 5 times, most recently in September of 2008. And during this stretch for the Marlins, yes, it's been pitching, but the Marlins have scored 54 runs at 6.8 per game during this 8-game win streak. Jansen Junk will look to extend it here tonight. Coming up next, we will get reaction from one of the opposition broadcasters in Denard Span, who played 11 seasons in the show, 5 with the Minnesota Twins. We'll get his thoughts on Edward Cabrera, plus what is key for Jansen Junk here tonight. We're back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Joe Ryan, a quick worker, rocks and fires. And Stowers hits one well, out to right and deep. Wallner is back at the track, and it's gone. Power stroke. What were we saying? Kyle Stowers, his 14th home run of the year. 0-2 is cut on and missed. A changeup that bottomed out, and he might have saved his best pitch for last. Edward Cabrera, K's Brooks Lee, and he's through 7 scoreless against the Twins. Assuming Agustin Ramirez is spot in the lineup. And the pitch, Fortes loops down the right field line. That is falling. That is in. A fair ball. Sanchez scores from third. Otto goes first to third. And Nick Fortes, welcome to the party. And there's a little bit of insurance. 2-1. That one lifted out to left center field. Hill and Myers converging. Derek Hill calling for it. D. Hill's got it. And that is how this ball game ends. Horsepower on the hill. Edward Cabrera for 7 scoreless. Bender with a 1-2-3 eighth. And Ronnie Enriquez does the same in the 9th. And for the first time since 2008, your Fightin' Fish have won 8 in a row.
And protection hit a home run.
ADT is the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. ADT knows a lot can happen in a second. 1 second you're throwing a curveball, and the next you catch it. 1 second you're off base, and the next you've hit it out of the park. And when it comes to your home, 1 second you feel safe, and the next something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Go to ADT.com/Marlins or call 800-750-0647 today. For license information, visit ADT.com.
Welcome back here to Marlins on Deck. Marlins looking to make it 9 in a row. Steven Strom, pleasure to be joined by one of my favorites growing up. Sorry, guys. I know that the Marlins are about to win 9 in a row, but I do have to make it about me for a second. Denard Span with us now. My first question to you, because I'm a Twins fan, or was a Twins fan, that grew up in New York. Okay. My dad was from Minnesota. Okay. My question to you, why couldn't we beat the Yankees? Ever. I go to the Yankee games, and you guys could never beat the Yankees, but we ran the Central.
Yeah, we could not. I think, honestly, I think some of it had to do with mental mind games. Obviously, they had a ton of talent over there. But when you go into Yankee Stadium, it's a different animal. Those guys had experience. A lot of us didn't have much experience. But, yeah, that's one of those things that still haunts me to this day, as far as us not being able to get over the hump of those guys.
One of my favorite moments with you, the 3-triple game, of course. But what was one of your favorite moments with the Twins just in your tenure? I think you played 6 years with the Twins, or 5?
It was 5 years. Just the division titles. Just anytime you have a team accomplishment, that is always something that sticks out of my mind. Individual accomplishments, I would have to say, wasn't even like a major milestone, but just my rookie year breaking into the major leagues, and I remember I had a big triple against the Chicago White Sox. They were leading the division majority of the year, and I remember having a big triple and coming around third base and just getting emotional, just from my journey being in the minor leagues, and for the first time, like, really believing, like, all right, I'm here to stay. I'm a big leaguer now.
I loved you have a table setter. That was a fun team, Mauer, Morneau. Okay, back to the baseball, back to the Marlins. Just curious, yesterday, Edward Cabrera, 7 shutout. Just what did you see from him last night?
He was electric, man. That arm, 4-seam fastball, 98, but I was more impressed with his curveball. Curveball, and then even the changeup at 95, 96 mile an hour. You definitely don't see a changeup that hard. There's not much separation from that fastball. But, yeah, I was very impressed. We talked a little bit before the game, and you kind of, warned us about how good of a pitcher he was. But, the future is definitely bright with him.
Okay, he will go opposite Simeon Wood Richardson. He's trending lately, but what's the 4.11 on Richardson?
He's a bulldog. You know, he's a guy that wants to take that ball every 5 days. This year has been a little bit more of a struggle for him. There was, I think, last 3 starts he scrapped the changeup, and now he's throwing the split finger. I think he's doing that to get guys off of his 4-seam fastball. That's his best pitch, that 4-seam fastball. And I think now that he has that split finger, it gives hitters something to think about. They have to respect, you know, that splitter that has that downward action, but looks like a fastball coming out of his hand. And so, you know, hitting, the objective for pitchers is just to get them to think and disrupt their timing. So I think that's what that pitch has done. His last 3 starts, I think he has a 1.69 ERA. So trending in the right direction for sure.
He will go opposite Jansen Junk. My last one for you. 8 games in a row. I don't know what the longest streak was for you, but what do you remember coming to the ballpark? And I don't know, like, do you not try to think about it? Do you not try to change? Like, what is it as a player when you're going through a stretch like this?
Yeah, when I was in D.C., 12 or 14, I think we won straight. And you know what, just one of those things where everybody's confident, everybody is vibing, everybody's having a good time. And, you know, during the course of a game, even if you get down early or late, you have that confidence that somebody is going to pick the team up. And, you know, when the team is playing that good for that long of a time, it's not 1 or 2 guys. It's a collective team effort. Every night it's somebody different stepping up and making a play. And so, those streaks and these streaks that the Marlins are on, they're a lot of fun.
Denard, thank you so much for the time. Keep killing them, man, on TV as well. Looking good. We will break here. We'll get you out of the count with Woods Richardson and Jansen Junk. 6:40 first pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Lowe's knows July 4th savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So the kids' back-to-school lists were extra long.
Extra long sounds extra expensive.
Staples had everything at amazing prices.
Suspiciously amazing if you ask me.
Some items were just 25 cents. Plus, as an Easy Rewards member, I got 30% back in points on my kids' school supplies.
Jumpin' Jellyfish. Your back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button. Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. In 719. Exclusions apply. Single use per week up to $60 in points. See app for details.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 27th through July 7th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
DQ presents How to Make Your Summer Take Flight. Just head into DQ for a new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Treat your inner hero to an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. Blend it all with legendary DQ soft serve, and it's enough to tempt Superman himself. Fly into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat before it's gone. And don't miss Superman. Only in theaters July 11th. DQ. Happy tastes good. Only at participating locations.
Hey, this is Eric Wagman, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, thank you, Wags. Marlins are going to make it 9 in a row here, tie a franchise record. It's the middle game, game 2 of a 3-game set with the Minnesota Twins. Steven Strom here. Jack McMillan, Kelly Sacco, they will join me in the next segment. They also have your call at 6:40. Take the Marlins wherever you go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. Game 84. Big shout out to Carlos back in the studio. Fox Sports 940 Miami. We'll get you out of the count. We'll start here with Simeon Woods Richardson, 24-year-old right-hander from Sugar Land, Texas. He'll make his 12th start of the season. He is 3-4 with a 4.63 ERA, 58 1/3 innings pitched, 52 combined punch-outs this season. He's heating up. He earned the win on Thursday against the Mariners, 5 scoreless, 6 punch-outs. He's allowed 3 runs on 7 hits over his last 3 starts, 16 frames. Couple of splits I do want to mention here. On the road, he has a 5 ERA. At home, a 3 ERA. He'll throw a 4-seamer, a slider, a curveball, a changeup in the split. We heard Denard Span. The splitter's a new pitch for Woods Richardson. He's only thrown it a combined 28 times, but that's his pitch against left-handers this year. He did not throw it in 2024, so he has learned this split finger on the run here in this season. Splits for his lefties versus righties. Lefties are significantly better, hitting 314 with the average, 845 with the OPS. Righties have struggled, 218 with a 661 OPS. Looking at the lineup here tonight for the Marlins, Xavier Edwards will hit from the left side, Jesus Sanchez from the left side, Kyle Stowers from the left side, and Liam Hicks. So not a ton of lefties in this lineup. He did go, Clayton McCullough did, with Otto Lopez, Augustine Ramirez, Eric Wagaman, Connor Norby, and Dane Meyer. So not a ton of lefties in this lineup for a guy that has struggled to the southpaws, but we'll see what Woods Richardson has in store for the Twins here tonight. He will go opposite Jansen Junk. This is a big start for Jansen, 29-year-old right-hander. He'll make his third start of the season, 8th appearance of 2025. He's 2-0, a 3.73 ERA, 31 and a third innings pitch, 26 Ks to 2 walks. Now, he struggled. This is why it's a big start for him. He did have a bump in the road in San Francisco. Struggled. 5 runs on 8 hits on Thursday against the Giants. The Marlins were up 5-0 in that game. So maybe there could be a little bit of a tendency to maybe pitch a little bit looser. You start throwing, strikes a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe something with the mentality changes when you're up 5-0. But he did go through 3 innings. He was beat up again, only went 3 2/3, but that third inning, you saw San Francisco jump on him. This will be his first career start against Minnesota. Jansen Junk will go opposite Simeon Woods Richardson. We will break here. Got a couple of storylines I do want to get into, and one of them being Jansen Junk. What does a bounce back look like for Jansen? Jack McMullen will answer that next. Marlins on Deck continues, looking to make it 9 in a row on the Marlins Radio Network.
Joe Ryan, a quick worker, rocks and fires. And Stowers hits one well, out to right and deep. Wallner is back at the track, and it's gone. Power stroke. What were we saying? Kyle Stowers, his 14th home run of the year. 0-2 is cut on and missed. A changeup that bottomed out, and he might have saved his best pitch for last. Edward Cabrera, K's Brooks Lee, and he's through 7 scoreless against the Twins. Assuming Augustine Ramirez is spot in the lineup. And the pitch, Fortes loops down the right field line. That is falling. That is in. A fair ball. Sanchez scores from third. Otto goes first to third. And Nick Fortes, welcome to the party. And there's a little bit of insurance. 2-1. That one lifted out to left center field. Hill and Myers converging. Derek Hill calling for it. D. Hill's got it. And that is how this ball game ends. Horsepower on the hill. Edward Cabrera for 7 scoreless. Bender with a 1-2-3 eighth. And Ronnie Enriquez does the same in the 9th. And for the first time since 2008, your Fightin' Fish have won 8 in a row.
Mobile. Hasta el 17 de abril, obtén Xfinity Internet de 300 megabit y los límites juntos por $30 al mes por un año. Y ahorra $1,000 en tu primer año comparado con Verizon y AT&T. Vea, es xfinity.com. Requiere facturación electrónica y pago automático con cuenta bancaria registrada. Aplica restricciones. Equipo, impuestos y tarifas son adicionales. Después de la promo aplican tarifas regulares. Ahorros comparados a Verizon 5G Internet más una línea Limited Welcome y AT&T Internet 300 más una línea Limited Started SL. Requiere Xfinity Internet. Velocidades reales varían. Velocidades se reducen después del uso de 30 gigabits por línea. Los límites de datos y los ahorros reales varían.
Well, here we go on a Wednesday night in Miami. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Marlins looking to make it 9 in a row, tie a franchise record. This is Marlins on Deck, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Kelly Sacco. Okay, we got some storylines tonight. Of course, the obvious, can the Marlins continue this streak? But for Jansen Junk, what kind of test is this, Jack, for Junk, really after having his first bump in the road in San Francisco?
Yeah, I think it's a big one because I think he got kicked in the teeth in San Francisco. But you know what? He bounced back effectively after his last 5-run outing. This guy had another 5-run outing earlier in the season. Here's the deal with Jansen Junk. 5 earned runs allowed. He bounced back with a 1-run start. And then he allows 5 runs in San Francisco. How does he bounce back in a starting role? He's made 7 appearances with the Fish so far, 5 of which have been 1 earned run or fewer. 2 have been 5 earned runs exactly. So for me, I'm looking at that 1 earned run or fewer to come back. 2's okay. Like, I'm not going to hold him to that 1 or 0 run standard. 2's okay, 3's okay. For me, I just don't want to see back-to-back blips in the radar because he's been so good at mitigating that over the course of his Marlins career. Now, granted, it's only been, 10, 11 starts in AAA, and then you've got 7, 8 appearances in the big leagues at this point, too. So I'm looking at Junk to bounce back here, and I would consider it a good one. If he gets through, honestly, 5 innings of 2-run ball, I would say that's a really good bounce back from Junk.
Okay, and he's going up against an offense that has really struggled, Kelly. The Minnesota Twins haven't scored a run in 18 innings across their last 2 games, 4 for 57 as a team, 23 punch-outs. So my question to you, Kelly, how do we kick a man while it's down? Why do we keep a man where it's while he's down in the Minnesota Twins?
Well, first and foremost, you don't beat yourself, right? You avoid the walks, which is something that Jansen Junk does a fantastic job of. Has only allowed 2 walks over the course of this entire season. It's incredible what he's been able to do. He's a guy who attacks the strike zone, pounds the strike zone. Guys like that are going to get hit sometimes, which is what we saw in San Francisco. And Clayton said as much before the game. He said, yeah, guys who throw strikes, you're going to get hit on occasion, and, we'll take it. Don't hurt yourself, okay? Go out, attack these guys. It's hard to get out of those slumps. Go let your defense do the work.
Yep.
And then offensively, just trust that the guys are to keep doing what they've been doing.
And offensively, they've been so good, Kelly. During this win streak, the Marlins have played at 54 runs, 6.8 per game. And yesterday, we saw Jesus Sanchez have his first multi-hit game in about 2.5 weeks. What does the offense look like with Sanchez going? And what did you see particularly maybe last night from Sanchez at the plate?
Last night from Sanchez, I saw hard hits. So he had what ended up being a triple.
Yeah, it was
looked like
weird.
It could be a home run.
Yeah.
That kind of debacle over there in the 8th. But what I really have highlighted too is the 3rd inning. He lined out to second base 113 miles per hour. So when he's sitting there and he's making hard contact and he's making good swing decisions, then you're seeing a good Jesus Sanchez. Did not strike out last night. That's where he started to spiral a little bit as of recent. The strikeouts have gone way up. There was a point in time this season when he was going well. He was very disciplined at the plate.
Yep.
And he was very confident at the plate too. He felt confident that he could get to the ball up in the zone. So he was letting go the pitches down, which we've seen him chase a ton of. So just the fact that he put together really good at bats, 2 for 4 last night, hitting the ball hard, that's what gives me hope that Jesus Sanchez is starting to turn it around again. And when you say, what does it do for this lineup?
Oof.
It adds more power.
Yep.
This guy hits the ball so hard.
Yeah, and he'll be back in that 2 spot playing right field. So we got storylines. We did the 9 games. We did Jansen Junk, Jesus Sanchez. Jack, is Ronnie Enriquez, can we say, is he our closer?
Oh.
Is he our closer?
Well, like when there are 2 guys on in the 6th inning tomorrow, we might see Ronnie Enriquez in
or
that
have they
spot.
flip-flopped it with Bender?
Because
he's quote-unquote like maybe struggled with the inherited runners, 20 inherited runners, 12 of them he's let scored. Is it a better fit for Enriquez to start in a clean inning like a 9th?
Let me answer that question with a question of my own.
Go.
Did you consider Calvin Fauché the closer for a little bit there because he was getting the 9th inning?
I did.
Okay,
so I know that
if
they
you
don't
did-
want to admit it, but
You know what? If you did, then I say Ronnie Enriquez is the closer of the Miami Marlins. I think Ronnie is getting clean 9ths from here on out. If they don't use him to try and put out a fire in the 5th or 6th inning, they're saving that guy for a 9th. And I love it.
I know you've been on Ronnie Enriquez. Congratulations to you.
Thanks, man. I'll take a victory lap
Yeah.
here. But I mean, like, it's just so clear the type of stuff that he has. This is high octane stuff, higher octane stuff than anybody in this bullpen. And listen, Minnesota's got a really good bullpen, right? Jackson, Yohan Duran. Outside of that, Ronnie Enriquez, he's probably making them regret throwing him on the waiver wire.
Yep.
And you know what? I love seeing that guy close out a shutout win yesterday against the team that gave up on him, frankly. And you know what? How often do we sing the praises of Peter Bendix and the rest of that baseball operations department? They found this guy. They knew they liked what they saw. They felt like they could add a little bit more. Credit to Bill Hiesel, the director of pitching, and Daniel Moskis, the pitching coach, for identifying what to add. We've got a closer on our hands, folks. I'm in.
Yeah, and hopefully we see him because when he's in, the Marlins are either winning or it's a tie game. So hopefully we'll see Ronnie Enriquez out there tonight. Good job, Jack. Good job, Kelly. They will have your call in about 14 minutes. We will break your Expo question, Steve's guarantee, and then we will play Game 2 of this 3-game interleague set between the Marlins and the Twins right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Steps to the plate, and that was the case for about 2 months. And it's not just 96 off the bat, 99. It's like 108 plus every time.
1-0 pitch. That one a line drive. That's a fair ball. Down the left field line. Gurriel tracking it into the corner. Blake Lally going to send Stowers. Here comes the relay throw home. It's bobbled by the shortstop Perdomo in shallow left. And that is an RBI double for Eric Wagman.
In particular, I think you can find success.
2-0 pitch in on Wag's hands. He sends a little chopper over to third. Suarez has it on the bare hand. He fires, and that one bounces into the camera well. That's over the top of the padded wall along the first base line. Suarez tried to be a hero, but that is an infield single and an RBI for Eric Wagman. He pushes to second on a fielding error, and it's 1-0 Fish. This offense jumped on Eduardo Rodriguez. 2-1. Otto swings. He lines one into left for a base hit. They're going to send Hicks from second. Gurriel's throw coming home, a little bit offline, and Otto Lopez continues this out-of-body experience.
Pitch it is. Let's make a pitch right here.
Is 1-2. That one cut on and missed. He went to the curveball. His first of the inning on pitch number 27, and he struck out McCarthy to strand 2. 2 come in, but we go. Perdomo waiting on deck. But Enriquez trying to dispose of the 9-man. His 2-2 pitch is cut on and missed. Tight turning slider at the shoe tops. Ronnie Enriquez has his 3rd save. And that's 7 in a row. 9 straight away from home. And for the first time in franchise history, a perfect week on the road.
Valid with any other offers, promotions, or discounts. Not valid on gift card purchases. No adjustments on previous purchases. Offer only valid on qualifying purchases at the participating Cuba Vera stores at Dolphin Mall, Sawgrass Mills, or online at cubavera.com. This offer is valid until September 1st, 2025. Other exclusions may apply.
Thanks for hanging out with us on a Wednesday night as we inch closer and closer to first pitch. 12 minutes away, 6:41 right here on the Marlins Radio Network, Fox Sports 940 Miami. How fun is this winning streak been for the Miami Marlins? They've scored 54 runs during this 8-game streak. The bullpen, they've gone 6-0 with a 2.25 ERA. Life is good here in the 305. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Kelly Sacco. We are pumped to bring you first pitch on the Marlins Radio Network. Let's get to our X-Poll question today. What is the franchise record for consecutive wins in a season in Marlins franchise history? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio, and I hope you are listening. I really do, because these questions are really layups, folks. Let's pay attention. Let's get the question right, and let's get to first pitch. There's something good about getting the X-Poll question right and then getting Steve's guarantee right and then playing some baseball, which I guess I've been undefeated. I guess I have to check, and I have to fact-check what I've done with Steve's guarantee. But when you win 8, who cares about Steve's guarantee? But let's get to it. Carlos, it's time for Steve's guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
All right, Xavier Edwards, 2+ hits here tonight. He did go 2 for 2 last year against Woods Richardson. I want to see tonight the Marlins punch first and release some pressure on these arms. Yesterday was intense. Edward Cabrera was sensational. 7 shutout. You turn it over to Anthony Bender and Ronnie Enriquez, but you feel like you got to be perfect. I don't want to feel like I got to be perfect tonight. I want the offense to get going. I want to give Jansen Junk some wiggle room, and I want to see Xavier Edwards be that table setter that he's been the entire month of June and now going into July. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Kelly Sacco, she's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together 9 consecutive times. Marlins baseball. That's next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.